Hello?
Telephone.
I'll call you right back. Call you right back.
Telephone.
I'll call you right back podcast.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to another special episode of I'll Call You Right Back podcast. With me, your host, my name is Chad Medved, and welcome to my podcast. First and foremost, I would like to say, if you have not found a pint or a half gallon of the Turner's and Oakmont Bakery Oakmonter limited edition flavored milk, you might be out of luck. I can almost guarantee that it's almost sold out. It's not anywhere in any of the bodegas by my place anymore. I don't know if it is completely sold out or if it's just in high demand, but I'd run out there and grab one if you could. You know, I would absolutely run out and grab yourself one of the Oakmonter flavored milks if you could, because they are going to be gone forever. And you don't want to miss out on that, right? Two big names in the city collaborating to make one grand item, beverage, whatever you want to call it. So this is a special week this week. Solo episode. You got me and my yinzer dialect to annoy you for an hour. But I had a guest lined up this week. They had to cancel on me. And, what can you do? What can you do with that? Can't do nothing about it. Week in, week out, I try my hardest to, keep a good schedule, to keep people, on the books. And some days people just can't make it. And, I can't do nothing but roll with the punches, because that's the way life is. You know what I mean? But we got a good week ahead of us. So for anyone that doesn't know, Antoinette and I, my wife, recently got a puppy. And let me tell you, it has been a wild ride. We got this dog January 30th, 2001. So what's today, the 10th? So about 10 days ago, we got this dog. And I'm telling you, it's stressful. She's 12 weeks now, and she's a female, and she is a pit poodle mix. And we got this dog from a rescue over in Bridgeville called Bridge to Home Animal Rescue. And they were absolutely great. We have been following their social media for quite a while now. And, we've been pondering getting a dog for some time now. And it's been, if we didn't live in an apartment for 7 years, we would probably already have had a dog. But we finally moved into the house, as yinz know, and we got settled in a little bit more. And, we've been following this dog rescue. And every time someone posts a cute dog, you're like, God damn it. And you want to just take them all home. You want to take every one of them home. So they posted these puppies and the mother. Excuse me. They posted these puppies and the mother, and I immediately texted Antoinette, and I was like, what do you think about getting one of these puppies? And, we both were, I mean, to be completely and utterly transparent, I think we were both ill-prepared. Not to say that we're not happy with our decision. We have no regrets, but, a puppy is an insane amount of work. You know what I mean? A puppy is, an insane amount of work. And like I said, we saw these animals online, and we submitted an application to them, and, supposedly there was a bunch of applications, and we were chosen for a dog named Aries, who is now named Nadja. Nadja is a character from one of our favorite TV shows, What We Do in the Shadows. And, she looked, this puppy looked like wiry, and she was darker and gray. And it just reminded me of like, we like spooky shit. So I wanted to have a name that was fitting. So we named her Nadja, and like I said, we picked her up whenever she was about 10 weeks old, and nothing but, it was just cute, super cute, and we could not be happier when we picked her up. We brought her home, and immediately she is just, she's just very smart. She was coming to the door to get out. In the middle of the night, she's, whining to go to the restroom, and, we're sitting there thinking, like, God, that dog is, we might have lucked out with a gem. And we did luck out with a gem. Don't let me lead you down a wrong path, but, then after she got a little bit comfortable and a little bit more, settled into the home, we started to see the puppy behavior, and she's, very energetic. And then, we just started to see puppy biting, and that's what we have been dealing with the past probably week, a little bit more than a week. And we have been stressed. A little bit of background of me, my parents had, my family always had dogs. All the dogs were always well behaved. My parents' puppies, whenever they would get them, kind of, took leadership from the older dogs that were in our family. So they had someone to learn from. So me and Ed and I were like, yeah, we're going to get this puppy. Everything's going to be peaches. And we're going to just go from there. But let me tell you, we are all learning together. Nadja is teaching us, and we are trying to teach Nadja. And man, it's just like immediately your life has changed. Obviously, I mean, you have a human creature, not a human creature, but a creature that you are responsible for. And, I ain't a piece of shit, so I want to take the best care possible for my dog. And Antoinette feels the same way. We love this animal immediately. She is part of our family immediately. And that's just the start of our story. And, as we get a little bit further into the story, you have your ups and downs. Like I said, this dog is smart as a whip whenever it's like, she goes outside, she goes to the door, she'll touch the leash with her nose, wants to go outside, she'll piss, she'll shit, she'll come back in. And she is amazing. And then, she sleeps a lot, obviously. She's a puppy, so she's sleeping a lot. All of a sudden, she wakes up from naps, and she turns into the exorcist. She's running around. She got the zoomies, and then the puppy teeth come out. And let me tell you, that has been the biggest stress of me and Antoinette's life. And God bless her. Antoinette's been working from home, and she's been taking the brunt of the dog. And, we're just out here trying to function and figure out how to maneuver through life now. And like I said, it's not that we never had dogs, but I think that we were a little bit ill prepared for what possibilities came with a puppy. We got the dog. We immediately went out, popped a check, bought her some really, really great toys, snacks, leashes, beds, everything to make her comfortable and make her, part of the family and welcome her into our home. And yeah, she's a puppy. It took a little bit for her to, kind of settle down into the house. And, she started to do that. But man, it's been a wild ride so far. Like I said, probably 80% of the time, she's just an angel. She's sleeping. She'll jump up on the chair with you and she'll sit with you. But some days she has these fits of puppy energy that are just, God, they're relentless. You walk and she comes at your pant legs and, she just latches onto a pant leg and you want to get her off, but getting her off means you got to try to pull her away from what's going on. And that just kind of feeds the excitement and, it just escalates. And you're like, geez, I'm trying to function with this puppy. And it's I don't believe in any of the prong collars or the shock collars, and whatever way you choose to handle your dog is your way to do it. But that's just not the way that I choose to handle it. I don't believe that you should put a prong collar on a dog to, reprimand it and to teach it a certain way to be. I just don't think that's the right way to develop trust. I don't think that's the right way to develop a bond with the dog by pain or by, raising your voice or, doing anything physical to the dog. They're a dog, they're babies. You know what I mean? Like, very new. It's just like, if you think about how crazy it is to be a puppy, you're looking at these human beings that are literal giants to you. And, you get ripped away from your mother, and it's a shame to think about. And it compacts, you know what I mean? It compacts on everything. So me and Antoinette immediately dive into YouTube videos on training and, just how to get your puppy on the right track to be the best dog that they could be. So, we're teaching her sit, she got that. Teaching her down, she got that. Teaching her paw, got that. But, the only thing that we're having problems with is her with these puppy biting, little spurts. And it's like, God damn, her teeth are sharp. But it's such a learning curve. And, there's things that we're learning that, like, we didn't know. Like, we're doing the training, and then I hear about puppy insurance. So we get that. And, it's just a very, very... man, is it overwhelming. Never been more stressed in my life because, we just have a dog, and like you don't want to do anything wrong. And I feel like that with a new puppy, for someone who has never had a puppy on their own, you just want to do everything right from the beginning because, I don't know. That's just the way that I feel about it. I just don't want to do anything wrong to fuck her up. You know what I mean? To try to, I don't want her to be afraid of me. I don't want her to do anything like that. But like I said, we're 10 days in, and we're establishing a bond. We're, trying to get training down. We're doing crate training. We're doing, I don't know. It's a difficult time though. But I have just been stressed. Antoinette has been stressed. There's been tears. There's been, just exhausting nights. You got a puppy and you don't want her to piss and shit on the floor, so you're sleeping with one eye open so you could hear her moving, and as soon as she's moving you want to take her out and you want to get everything down, and it's been a lot. But we're making progress. I definitely feel like we're making progress. Like I said, 90% of the dog is on the right track, I feel. And I know that puppy biting is part of, that's just part of, that's part of owning a puppy. You know what I mean? They're dogs, they're teething, they're getting into it. But it's like, God, I'm trying to read things online and trying to understand what to do with a dog. And like you read a bunch of different things and they're all different and everyone has their own techniques, and you're just like, God damn it, what do I do? It's like, what do I do? It's like, do I do this way? Do I do that way? Is this the right way? Is that the wrong way? And you're just like, fuck. It's like, come on. But I'm just, if you were out there and you had a puppy and you kind of know what I'm talking about, it's just like, I'm in a period of time right now where, if she gets a little bit excited and starts like, latching onto my leg or something like that, sometimes she'll let out a little growl or something like that. And I'm like, God, is she aggressive or is she like, is that just puppy playing? And it's just, man, I feel so uneducated. And I mean, I guess what better time than now to get a puppy? It's like, me and Antoinette talk about like, were we prepared enough to get this dog? And it's like, what preparations could you really do? Every dog is different. What could you prepare for that you don't already kind of know that has common sense? Like as soon as we brought the dog home, we start watching training videos and we're starting to like implement little things that we like and that we, agree with, and, try to just, put them into the rotation. But it's like, man, there's so much to do, and it's so, it's really teaching us patience. Absolutely. It's teaching us patience, walking on a leash, not having any accidents in the house, crate training, trying to mitigate the biting and, doing the secrets and the tips that all these trainers are giving us, diverting a biting fit into, a toy or a training session. And that's just what we've been doing. That's what the last couple weeks have been, is us, every waking second with this puppy, trying to give her the best opportunity to be the best dog that we could do. And I think that we're on the right track. But, we're weathering the storm right now because, everyone that I've talked to, just for some reassurance is saying, this is the way things are in the beginning. And that's what I am chalking it up to. I'm chalking it up to it. The first couple months are going to be rough. And, like I said, I never had a puppy, and it is a little bit stressful for me. It's definitely stressful for Antoinette because she's home all day. And I'm just trying to do the right thing. I can't even imagine having a kid right now. You know what I mean? It's like I get this puppy and there's a million pictures on my phone already. And it's like every little thing that the dog does is mind-blowing to me. Whether she learns how to sit, whether she learns how to lay down, whether she learns how to do paw. You're just like, God, you're a fucking animal. You came from wolves and you're learning how to do these things. And it's mind-blowing to me. I could not imagine having a child and hearing this child develop speech and talk and say your name and do these things and learn how to do things. And it's just like, obviously this podcast is I just didn't want to skip a week, and I kind of wanted to talk about what was going on in my life, because there ain't been nothing else in my life besides this pup. Nadja is, we love her. Absolutely. She's a snuggle bug. In the mornings, it's so nice to take her out and then, bring her back in. She sleeps in her bed during the night, but in the morning after I take her to pee, I'll put her in bed. And it's just so nice to have her like snuggle up on you, and you just feel like so, I don't know, it almost makes me tear up. You know what I mean? Like anything she does to show me affection almost makes me tear up. And whenever she does things right, it just feels, I don't know, it feels amazing. And I'm just like, yeah, we're on the right path. She's learning, she's on the right path. We're doing this right. And then all of a sudden she has one of these biting fits, and you're just like, fuck. You're like, we're taking 10 steps backwards. And I have friends that have been on the podcast. Allie from Biggie's Bullies, I've been just blowing up her phone with just questions and questions and questions and, guidance to try to make sure that I'm doing things right and that I'm not, fucking up my dog. And everyone's saying that this is the way it be right now. This is how it is, and this is just the way that things are going to be for the next couple months. But God, I wanted to talk about it because I don't know. Somewhat, me and Antoinette almost feel alone, but we know we're not. We almost feel like that people don't know what we're dealing with right now. But I know that that's not the case. I know that she's a puppy. I know that this is things that we're dealing with, and that we're going to have to, just kind of roll with the punches, almost like how people cancel on you on the podcast. It's just things that are going to have to, work themselves out, and we just have to be patient. We just have to, kind of keep on keeping on, and, try to implement some training and, and just see how it kind of works itself out. But like I said, it's a whole different world, and it's a whole different thing to, experience together. It's like me and Antoinette are experiencing this together, and it's powerful to do. We got a vet checkup. That's going to be the first thing. And, we're going to take her to the vet and get her last booster, and then we could start socializing her with other dogs. And we're hoping that that's going to be, a positive experience. And I don't know, man. It's just like, I don't know. I'm not harping on it. I'm not, I don't want this whole podcast to seem like, the wrong thing. I don't want this podcast to seem like that I'm just complaining about having a dog because this is my choice, but it's stressful. And I was just looking, I've been asking anyone that I've known that has puppies, I've been asking their opinions. I've been asking, what they do and what they, like how to deal with certain things and if dogs grow out of it. Because like I said, you read shit online and it's so overwhelming because one thing says one thing and one thing says another. But it's been cool to be able to experience, seeing her progress. Like I'm in some of these groups on Facebook, and one of them is called Canine Enrichment, which is basically just a way to, I don't really know how to explain it. It's like, it's a way to work out your dog's mind, also work them out physically. So like they make these like puzzles for dogs that are just insane. We have a puzzle, it's like a circle, and they have these little plastic bones, and you lift up these plastic bones and you put kibble in there, and like the dogs like have to figure out how to do these puzzles, and it exercises their brain mentally, and it is mind-blowing to see how fucking smart these animals are. And it's almost like, geez, like am I worthy to be their person, but that's where we are right now in life. That's where we are. We're figuring out how to be dog parents. We're figuring out how to, give our dog a great life. And we're just, we're working at it, and it's stressful. And if you have any tips, I would love for you to message me and let me know what you did and, what helped you out, and, just some information about your experience, because, I know people are going through the same thing we are. And, I almost want to start a support group because, I don't know. I guess it sounds like I'm complaining, but I'm not. I would never give that dog up. She is an angel, and, I'm excited to keep working with her and to just keep, training her up and, kind of just being, a figure in her life that is someone that she could, look to for guidance. Like, I don't know, you watch these videos online of people with their dogs and how they train them, and you're just like, God, why ain't this fucking working? But I guess that's why you hire dog trainers. That's why you pay the big bucks. And that's what we're doing. Like, I emailed a dog trainer just to try to get everything on track. You know what I mean? Like, she's a puppy, so I want to like start early to like, start her training the right way, to get her on good habits, to help me and Antoinette learn how to do it correctly. Because, you read all these things and it's like, don't do it this way because you're going to fuck your dog up. Don't do it this way because that's the wrong way to do it. And I'm just like, God, like, I feel like I'm spinning a bunch of plates, and, hopefully none of them fall. But, man, exciting, stressful, fun. It's very interesting. I already I'm a dog dad. I got a dog seat cover in my back. I got spare treats in my car. I'm trying to get her used to walking. She gets kind of shady about walking. She'll start to shake. She loves the snow, which is good. And, it's just kind of, just interesting to see her personality. Like I said, I couldn't even imagine having a little kid. It's just wild to me that that's even a thing. We got pet insurance. She's on pet insurance, or she has pet insurance, and it's just like, it's a wild thing that's like, that's what's in the world. Like, we've had dogs my whole life. My parents never had pet insurance, but I always seen how much money the shit cost. One time my brother's dog, I was in a fly tying fishing club, fly fishing, and I started a club in high school, and we tied fishing flies. And I had them in a pill bottle, and my brother's dog chewed the pill bottle open and swallowed flies with hooks on them. And, that's like the end of the fucking world. I was like, oh my God, he's going to die. But the vet was basically just like, let him shit it out. But it's like Nadja threw up one time, and I'm just like, God damn it. Like, what is going on with her? So, I don't know. Full circle, I recommend getting a pet insurance. You know what I mean? Like, again, I'm not the most experienced pet owner right now, but, I'm working through this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm working through this as someone that's trying to figure it out along the way. And, we got some good toys for her. I'm going to these high-end pet stores and listening to these people's advice. And, there's a million dog foods and why one is better than the other, grain-free, not grain-free. And you're just like, Jesus, it's overwhelming. And, I'm just here. I'm here trying to figure it out, and I'm looking for any guidance that anyone out there has. But that's one thing that I wanted to talk about on this week is just like, where I'm at with this dog, because this is all my life has been the last couple weeks. Me and Antoinette, our life has been this dog. Everything else has been secondary. Luckily, we've had some people over to meet the dog, and she loves them. But, the only thing is like sometimes she gets so excited and starts biting, and once she starts biting, it just escalates. And I said escalate, but escalates, and sometimes it's a little bit hard, and I'm just like, fuck, like what do I do? But I don't know. I emailed a trainer, and I'm just waiting for this lady to email me back, and we're gonna get Nadja some classes, and we're gonna try to keep it going. And I'll be giving some updates on here with the dog. I definitely will. I'm sure that it'll be all over my story on Instagram. And, we're kind of just going to figure it out along the way. But some other things that I wanted to do this week on the podcast. So, like I said, we had someone cancel. So I have to, I'm adapting. I'm adapting to what's going on in life. And I put, on there, I put on my story that, ask me any questions and I will answer them to the best of my ability. And surprisingly, I got a pretty decent list of questions. So I want to go through and I want to start answering these questions. So first thing that showed up on there was the best food around your new house. So I live in South Point now, and the best food around my new house is hands down bean curd. Bean curd is an Asian, it's a Chinese food restaurant, and it is just probably the best I've ever had for Chinese takeout. Amazing. Best pizza around here is, it got to be tied with Italian Village or Harry's Pizza. That's all near Donaldson's Crossing, so that would be the best around there. Another question I got, ranch or blue cheese? In the words of Joey Diaz, blue cheese or fuck your mother. I'm sorry for the foul language, but that's just what Joey Diaz says. Jenna said, when are we going to ride a bike? God, I can't wait to ride bikes. That's another thing that we were thinking about. So me and Antoinette love riding bikes. I've been looking for baby carriers to tow the bike or to tow the dog in, because I think that would be awesome. I would love to be able to ride on them. We live on the Montour Trail now, and I want to put a little trailer behind my bike to be able to put Nadja in so we could, ride, so we could just ride along. And I think that would be the cutest thing ever. Another question, when did you get your lip tat? I got a lip tat July 1st, 2008. I got that the day after my 18th birthday. When I turned 18, for years I wanted tattoos. And my mother told me that she would disown me if I ever got a tattoo. So whenever I turned 18, I was like, I got to get a tattoo. But I got to get it to where I could, hide it. So I got it in my lip. Inside my lip it says strawberry. That's been my nickname since probably like 6th grade, and it just stuck, and it's still there, still going pretty strong, which is weird because some people's lip tattoos go away in a month, and other people's lip tattoos, it's been 2008. That's 13 years. It's been almost 13 years that I've had this lip tattoo, and it looks pretty good. Dude, I get the grow light for the hot peppers. So I bought a bunch of hot pepper seeds, and that's my plan, is to start growing hot pepper seeds. And my plan is to start them next month And who knows what the hell is going to happen with that. So much shit is going on with the house. We're trying to finish the studio, trying to get the ceiling put in, trying to do some other shit for the podcast. So the hot peppers might be on the back burner. Someone said, dig the podcast. Any interest in chatting about soft pretzels and business? If you're listening to this and you want to talk about soft pretzels, DM me and we'll make it happen. Someone said, you putting a slice of cheese on a sloppy Joe? Every fucking day of my life, I'll put a slice of cheese on sloppy Joe. How's the puppy biting? I got a new puppy in September and I could relate to the stress. Bro, you ain't kidding. Absolutely insane, stressful with the puppy biting. Other than that, I got no complaints whatsoever. And, like I said, this whole first half hour of the podcast, all this has been is stress for me. But, like I said, we're rolling with the punches. I'm a resilient motherfucker. We're going to make this happen. This dog is going to be great. We're going to make this dog great. And I have faith in the dog for sure. Just only time will tell. Time will go on. She will grow up a little bit. And hopefully some of that energy will dissipate. And we will be able to come to common terms. What kind of puppy do you have? Nadja is a pit poodle mix. So her mother is a pit bull, and she was from Tennessee. And when you could hear Antoinette up there correcting her, which is the cutest thing ever. God bless my wife. She's a fucking saint. But it says, what kind of puppy do you have? She's a pit poodle mix. And the mother was a pit, and she was from Tennessee. And the owners put her up for adoption whenever they found out she got pregnant. So the next door neighbor had a standard poodle. And I guess he was sliding in the DMs and giving her the business behind closed doors, and she ended up getting pregnant. So the people gave the mom up for adoption, and they flew her up here to Pittsburgh, which is interesting. I'm going to try to get a dog rescue on here. I'd like to try to get a dog rescue on here because, my brother has a rescue pit bull from Alabama, and, Nadja's from Tennessee, and someone else I know has a dog from Tennessee, and it makes me wonder why a lot of dogs come up here from the South, which is interesting. Baxter and the Bear asked, you watched the Britney doc. Does that change any thoughts from the Free Britney podcast that me and Antoinette did a while back? Dude, the Britney documentary on Hulu was insane. Absolutely insane. I don't know if it makes me change any of my tune. I think that Britney was stressed out. You know what I mean? Imagine being that young and being stressed out, in that life. Every second you have paparazzi taking pictures of you. The only thing I know for sure is it made me check how I feel about Justin Timberlake. I feel like that he was somewhat of a fucking asshole back then. But if you haven't watched that yet, I suggest it for sure. How did you pick the shelter you adopted your pup from? So Bridge to Home Animal Rescue, we were following them for a while, and I just really liked all the pups that they were posting. I really liked the process that you go through, which I think was fantastic. So we worked with a girl named Kelsey, and she is the one that had our dog, and the process is pretty in-depth, and I think that it should be. We had to fill out a long application. Then we had like a half-hour phone interview about, basically about me and Antoinette's lifestyle and how, we go about our days, what our life looks like on a day-to-day basis. And Kelsey did her due diligence, and she chose people through, their interview process and, kind of matched the right person up with the right dog. And we're thankful for that. So Bridge to Home Animal Rescue, I urge you to check them out. They have a lot of amazing dogs that are, people are always giving up dogs, and, it's a shame, but sometimes I think it's a shame that they're giving up dogs, but I would rather someone give up a dog to a rescue than to be a piece of shit animal owner. But yeah, Bridge to Home Animal Rescue. Check them out if you're looking for a pup. Someone said stocks with question marks. The stock market is probably something that I know less about than anything. My friends trade stocks. I listen to them in our group chat, and it just sounds like robot talk. I don't know what the fuck anyone's talking about. All I know is GameStop is crazy. I know that AMC was, supposed to go up, but it's just too much for me to follow. I don't understand it, and I feel like I'm way too far behind to jump in now. I know some friends who lost money, but, scared money don't make money. You got to take a risk, right? Someone said, have you stepped in a puddle of her pee yet? Absolutely. I stepped in a puddle of her pee the second day we had her, I think. I don't know, one of the days in the beginning, but it was because, she made a whine sound, and I thought that, she was just whining because someone just left, but I think she had to pee, pissed on the floor. I stepped right in it. That's what I deserve. What is your next tattoo? I'm not sure yet. I've been itching to get another tattoo, but I'm not really sure what my next tattoo will be. What is your favorite Pittsburgh thing? Place, food, tradition? I feel like it's a loaded question. My favorite Pittsburgh thing, I would have to say my favorite Pittsburgh thing, the first thing that comes to mind is riding my bike around the city. I don't think that there's anything that I love more than riding my bike around the city. As far as Pittsburgh food goes, streets on Carson, chalk it up to amazing people and amazing food. But that's Pittsburgh, right in the heart of Southside. Streets on Carson, you've heard me talk about them on here numerous times. If you have not checked them out yet, I strongly recommend you to try them. Streets on Carson again. And my favorite Pittsburgh tradition, it would have to be probably, the Pittsburgh parking chair, maybe. I don't know. Someone said, do you have a favorite podcast that you listen to that we might be surprised that I listen to? There's a podcast called, I believe it's called Richard Simmons? It's called Missing Richard Simmons, which is all about, Richard Simmons, the guy with the, afro who was a fitness person. It's a pretty wild podcast, short-lived. It was a real quick listen. If I couldn't pick them, I think my next favorite podcast series that I've ever listened to, all right, in so many words, in a nutshell, I'll give you my top three. My favorite podcast of all time is The Crab Feast. The Crab Feast is a podcast with Ryan Sickler and Jay Larson. It is no longer going, but that is the best podcast of all time, in my opinion. They have all of them on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It is called The Crab Feast. It is about two comedians who have people submit wild stories, and they just bring them on and they just talk about these wild stories. There's comedians on there. You got people like Segura. You got people like, all kinds of different people are on there. But since that podcast stopped, Jay Larson does not do podcasts anymore, but Ryan Sickler has a new one called The Honeydew, which is probably my second favorite podcast of all time. Pretty much the same thing. People come on, they talk about wild shit. He talks about it, or he describes it as highlighting the lowlights. These are the stories behind the storytellers. So basically, he just had a guy named Giannis Pappas on, and they both had COVID. Him and Ryan Sickler both had COVID, and the whole episode is about them, their experiences. But the Honeydew podcast is pretty good. So my top three, like I said, The Crab Feast, The Honeydew, and probably my third favorite series of all time is called S-Town. It's just supposedly it's an all true podcast series. I think there was only like 8 or 10 episodes, but it's just a wild story. Absolutely worth looking into. Someone said, why are communists dirty fucking assholes and parasites? Jeez. All right. Next question. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? Absolutely. I smell what The Rock is cooking. And The Rock, in this case being Antoinette, she is cooking dinner and it smells amazing. Favorite beverage besides Turner's, obviously. Obviously, I pick Diet Turner's for my favorite. But if I didn't have to pick Diet Turner's, favorite beverage probably would be water. I probably drink that more than anything, or Diet Green or Arizona Diet Green ginseng tea. Those are probably my favorite ones. Favorite restaurant in the city to talk or to go eat at. I would say sit down restaurant, Streets on Carson. As I mentioned before, as far as pizza, Bedamo's Pizza, 100%. And if you're out my way towards South Point, Bean Curd is just insane. What pet store do you shop at? There's a pet store in Donaldson's Crossing called Leone's Pet Store. I would say it's like a boutique-y style pet store. They have a lot of they get a lot of really nice shit there. They are, I didn't think about how important it was to get your animals good things. I would often see memes on Facebook, as you always see, of like, don't buy shit from the dollar store, and that makes a lot of sense. You get what you pay for. Me and Antoinette we bought Nadja a lot of shit from the pet store, and we got good stuff, and she likes it, and that's, what else could you do about it? It's just the way it got to be. I'm not going to buy her dollar store dog food. You know what I mean? I ain't eating fucking McDonald's every day. I want some good quality food. Feed your dog something good. And then it says, what is the best way to exercise your dog? Bro, I'm trying to figure it out myself. We have a baseball field next to our house, and we took Nadja down there this weekend whenever it wasn't absolutely bitter cold, and she loved running around. She loves it. I think that is the key of having a dog that is, somewhat relaxed, is like, you got to get that energy out of them. You know what I mean? You got to get that energy out of the dog. You got to exercise them. And it sucks that it's so damn cold right now, because it's like, Nadja's probably like, 15 pounds maybe. And her little her little feet, they got to be freezing. She stands outside in the snow to piss, and she's just shivering. And the poor thing, she don't want to run around in the snow. But, that's another struggle that we've been dealing with right now, is like how to get her a good bit of exercise, because she doesn't want to walk in the snow. And she doesn't want to walk in the cold. It's like pulling teeth to get her out to go outside, whenever I wake up in the morning, because it's like 5:30 in the morning, and I take her out to piss. She's like, bro, I don't want to be out there in that cold after she's been in her little bed snuggling up, being all warm. But I don't know, guys. I know that this wasn't probably the best podcast ever, but what would you rather me do? Skip a week? Fuck that. I ain't skipping a week. I appreciate everyone listening. I appreciate everyone supporting the podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's a short episode this week because, frankly, I am tired. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I want to get upstairs. I want to play with my dog, and I want to take some of the stress off of my wife, because she's here every day, all day with this pup, dealing with her. I get text updates all day. Oh, she just had a fit. Oh, she's being an angel. Oh, she, is chewing the desk. You know what I mean? Antoinette got locked outside the other day. She texted me. Thank God she had her phone, because she would have never been able to get to me. She would have had to jump off the porch like cliffhanger. But she texted me, or she called me, and she was like, hey, I just locked myself out of the house. Can you come and get me? Luckily, my work is only like 15 minutes away, but she was taking videos of Nadja eating the coffee table as she was stuck outside, which is par for the course. You know what I mean? It's just par for the course. But like I said before, if you have experience with puppies and, you have a story about your puppy and, you could kind of, you could DM me and let me know some things that will reassure me what worked for you, what didn't work for you, how you got your dog to, kind of settle, when they started to settle down. I would appreciate it because I'm just trying out here. We're trying to make this work. We're trying to be the best people that we could be, the best dog parents that we could be. We just want her to have a good life. We want her to have a good time. We want to get her under control before we get another dog. Probably will never get another puppy again, I'll tell you that, because there's a lot of older dogs that need love too. But, that was the situation that we came up with, you know what I mean? That was what was there, and that's what we decided on, was getting a pup in the beginning. And make no mistake, it is hard work, but I got no regrets. I love that damn dog. She is amazing. So I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to pet her. I'm going to try to get her, get her exhausted a little bit, throw the ball around. She's good with fetch. I'll be giving some updates on her and, what's going on in our life. But short week, I appreciate it. Get out there, buy yourself some Turner's Oakmont Collab milk, limited edition Oakmonter flavored milk. If you find it, that's probably some of the last ones that'll be on the shelf. So grab it while you can. If you enjoy the podcast and you like what I do, rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. That's the biggest help you could do. I appreciate you guys letting me just, talk to you about the stress that's been happening this week. I appreciate you listening to me bitch and moan. And, I'm just fortunate for you to, participate and ask me questions and, kind of be a part of what I'm doing with the podcast. So thanks for listening as always, and I'll call you right back.